Hello, it is 12 noon in Jerusalem at 6 p.m. in Beijing. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain, Verjee. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader.
One Israeli soldier, 1,000 Palestinian prisoners, one extraordinary swap. These are the first pictures of 24-year-old Gilad Shalit. The prisoner swap deal is dividing opinion across the region. Some Israelis believe it strongly favors the Palestinians, and they are accusing the Israeli government of giving away too much for too little. Well, CNN's Matthew Chance is following events for us. He joins us now live from the Rafah border crossing in Gaza. Again, a highly emotional scene there where you are, Matthew.
How old is he? How old is he?
Well, Zain, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called the prisoner exchange one of the most difficult decisions he's ever had to make. We want to speak now with Israeli Ambassador to the UK, His Excellency Daniel Taub. Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for being with us. I guess one of the first things we can see here for Palestinians, these are images of victory. What kind of a day is it for Israel?
I think for Israel it's a much more complicated day, and one of the things that makes it so complicated is to see those celebrations, because we have to remember who these Palestinians who are being released are.
Before I let you go quickly, we heard there from Mr. Abbas saying that there was an agreement, the release of more prisoners, like the one that we just saw here, once this deal is completed and over, that there will be more prisoners of the same amount. Is that true?
It's the first time that I've heard it, but if this is an issue of concern to President Abbas, it has to be very clear. There's only one place that or anything else can be discussed, and that's at the negotiating table where we'd like to meet him. Thank you.
Ambassador, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
See what newspapers are saying about all of this. In Israel itself, the Jerusalem Post has an opinion piece headlined "Mixed Emotions on Shalit Deal." It says feelings fluctuate from joy at the prospect that Shalit will finally be free after more than 5 long years of captivity, to trepidation that the release will lead to more terrorism and violence. From the United Arab Emirates, Gulf News has the headline, "Shalit Deal, a win-win situation for all." The comment piece says there is a debate raging in Israel over the wisdom of the swap, which some believe is unethical or a betrayal of victims' memories. Others fear it might encourage further abductions. The majority, however, are too busy savoring the euphoria of the moment to care. And finally, in the Wall Street Journal Asia edition, there's the headline, "Israel's Unequal Exchange." The opinion piece says sooner or later, Israel will learn the name of its next Gilad Shalit. Sooner or later, too, it will learn that the better course is to give its enemies reasons to think twice before taking hostages in the first place. We'll continue to follow that story, but another story that we want to share with you here on World One comes out of China, where a 2-year-old girl is clinging to life at a hospital in the southern part of the country after 2 vehicles ran her over and more than a dozen people ignored her as she lay in the street. The video posted online has sparked global outrage and a soul-searching debate in China. Eunice Yoon shows us what happened.
A security camera in southern China captured 2-year-old Wang Yue wandering into the alley outside her father's hardware store. But what happens next is too disturbing to show you.
Welcome back. The Indy car crash accident that took the life of one of the best-known drivers on the circuit continues to make headlines. Don Riddell joins us now for an update on that. Don?
Thanks, Monita. There is mounting criticism of the IndyCar series following Dan Wheldon's horrific death.
Authorities in Thailand are trying to ease fears that record floods will seep into the capital. They say the defenses are holding around Bangkok, and a massive effort is underway to protect an industrial park north of the city. Over 700 people have been killed and 8 million affected by heavy flooding across Southeast Asia. That situation there. Let's go to Mari Ramos at the World Weather Center with more. Mari.
Hey, Monita, you know, when they talk about these flood defenses, they're talking about walls and embankments that have been built over the years to try to protect Bangkok. And I want to show you some of those areas. When we look at the...
Okay. Mari, thank you for that.
You're watching World One live from London. I'm Zain Verjee.
I'm Monita Rajpal. We thank you for joining us. Do stay with us here on CNN. We'll bring you more on the release of Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit, as well as the release of over 477 prisoners, Palestinian prisoners from Israeli jails after the break.